Hey, goodness crisis. So I find a movie. It's called Temporada Alta, and there is a guy called Rick, I believe, Richard, and his name is Kim Brennan, I believe, and I believe it's him, and he's my father. I was kidnapped by ETA in 987, and I was a very small kid, and I was passed through a young guy called Pablo, and there were a kid who was probably kidnapped also. I don't know, not sure, and released by money. And they pretend it was me. The one was a baby, and the other one was me, and they keep pretending it was me. And my family didn't have a very good family book. I don't know if this produced cancer or not. I don't think I have cancer. I think I have animal or I have something else. My father has tried to kill me 3 times with a car drive with chorizo and everything, and he put uh, this steam from the car inside the car. But if you open the window, it doesn't affect you. Um, Lots of women have died from that. And she's a serial killer, and I don't know if it has to do with that or not. But he has done that for random people, and he keeps chatting with women online and asking me for details and men and everything for trying to kidnap them and maybe asking for money or maybe not. He's weird and he's so annoying, and I can't live with her no longer. I want to move out from here and set my life. I have several boyfriends and no one takes attention to me because they're scared of being kidnapped by themselves, I believe, or they don't have money or something's going on. And yeah, I find who I am because I scan my pictures and because I write in a paper Mariano with capital letters from a scratch book. For now, it's crossroad. I have writes all my life crosswords, and I keep hating it. But um, apparently, the guy find who I was because a crossword were two, and one of them was similar to me, A and B, and the way I write it and the way I write now was similar. And based on that, and based on the movie, and based on many things, I'm the real son of him. I look like him. I have his nose, and uh, I don't know what to say. I think I don't know if he lives or not. If he's famous, he was an actor on the 80s. He went to for the festival. He win the silver thing of with uh, Bernardo Bertolucci, and he wasn't rich, and he didn't pay 20 million, so whatever it was the money, and he gave me a base of grease, and that's all, and a black camera, and I mean Alta, I believe, that I have seen 70 times, but my parents never use it. They hide it somewhere, and they would keep laughing all the time about breaking the vase. And in the movie, they talk about money all the time, how much money it's gonna cost, blah blah blah. And I don't know, I think I have designed a scan from pictures, and probably people can use it. My brother is not real, also, he's not from my father's, and he was adopted, taken away in Denmark, in Legoland, I believe, or in Paris. I don't know. He was kidnapped, and my father bought a camera, a VCR camera, for recording my brother and I, or maybe my brother, and nothing happened with it. Maybe it was for recording ETA dialogues or whatever. It was a color camera. I don't know. I think it's time for getting away with ETA, and it's time to say goodbye, because I don't think a nationality can affect the person, the independency. I think people are from Spain and then they're from Basque Country, both of nationalities, and Franco, as I like to call it, even though it's Rajoy, is his successor, or Pedro Sanchez, who is more mature, even though I like Susana Diaz. Um, he has to see that plurinationality means having double nationality, not means having independence. And this is why I think. And I'm gonna release this movie called Temporada Alta on YouTube. I was gonna play some music, but I can't, because I can't have the freedom of speech of music, because copyright is only for people who copy me and use it for money making and not for my own purpose. And I cannot release music for other people, but they can release my stuff without permission. And I have complained, I have gone to the police several times, nothing happened, and they always laugh about it, and they always talk about the base or whatever, a Greek base, have you went to Greece, blah blah blah, because they know the answer, but they cannot say it's that thing. But who says it's that thing? And my hair totally doesn't look like him. I had a haircut like an Russian swimmer. I asked for it, and my mom immediately sent the hairdresser to cut my hair, to ring my hair, because it looks like my father and they could recognize me. So he has been mean, and he has several times take attention to it. And I don't know how it's gonna take attention for having someone for 2 years, or having someone for 20 years and not treating you well, and always complaining and doing bullshit. Basically, they're complaining and doing bullshit because they're on cocaine. I don't believe they're doctors, because they don't know anything about medicine. Some people have proved me, and they have fake titles. In fact, my father didn't remember stuff from university. Probably he studied medicine, but he didn't finish the course. And my mom the same thing. And then he do the treatment for becoming a nurse in the oppositions. And he has probably been on drugs and complaining, treating drugs, blah blah blah, because he takes all the drugs from the patients and give to him, and she basically produced drugs with my drugs. This is why I never find the sets and number of drugs in my pills, because all the organizations of terrorists is produced based on petrol. Sometimes believe not, but I don't believe it's petrol. I believe the money is from drugs, and if you consume drugs, you sustain terrorists. Doesn't matter what drug you have, and couldn't maintain uh, the mafia. So bye. I will say goodbye to all the people around, and happy Hanukkah, I believe, because it's Hanukkah basically. I'm not Jewish. I don't know if I'm Jewish anyway. I had my penis, and I don't know if it was later or before or whatever. So bye. And my penis in the previous picture of the guy doesn't look like me. So it's not me. And Twitter proves who I am. And I remember everything. I remember the conversation in the phone with my father, and he basically saying me that he didn't have the money, and that he wasn't Richard Gere or whatever actor who was rich and he can pay the amount of money. I don't know why they did that. And I don't know why they really didn't release me without giving me money or something. Because maintaining a person is money making, and they obviously didn't have heart for me. And they're mean. And my only one person who loved me is my grandma. And this guy called Bertolucci, I will call him, even though he's called Massey, his real name is probably Frederick or something from the Basque country. And he was a police, or maybe it was from ETA, I don't know. And his real name is whatever. He's not Italian because he doesn't talk Italian like a friend of mine. I do talk Italian like from the mafia, so I don't know. Maybe I can end with the mafia. There will be other work, but they will have to pay me because no one has paid me ever, except for 100 euros in the phone company and 100 euros in the festival of Valladolid. They call me and they give me 100 euros, and I was exhibit in Valladolid. I don't know if it was true or not, but I was exhibit in the street for free, and they paid me one week of work. So I win the golden Spiga or whatever, but it was the silver one. They told me. I don't know if it's true or not. It was the bronze one. I didn't want the Spiga. I want the money and pay the taxes. For I don't have to pay the taxes. They pay the taxes before giving me the money, and this is why I have the money. And my cousin didn't give me, so I win 100 euros. My aunt Joseph's, and even though she's called Maria Jesus, give me 600 euros, 660 euros. So it makes 160. So with 160, you cannot get married in the conventional world because it's very expensive. And since it's 113, it's 30 minutes, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna tell you, if you wanna live with me, if you care about me, if you wanna have a life with me, do it now, because I don't wanna wait forever. And I keep waiting forever, so something is not gonna happen. And you keep calling me, saying how wonderful I am, and how much you wanna be with me, and how wonderful is the family I find you, that they are from his Lovo, by the way, because I didn't know him, but with a picture of an actor who is very famous, and he has pretend to be another person. He has several names. His real name is Mediavilla. His real name is the guy who appeared naked with the boot, and he lives. He looks like the real person. He's not true that he doesn't. The people didn't recognize him, and he's a famous actor. He hasn't acted that much, but he's on Al Qaeda or whatever organization is called, the Sick or whatever. Is weird organization that I take place when I was 13 or I was 18 or I was 20. and they promised to pay me, but they never pay me because the promise was when ETA ends, they will pay me the money. But they will pay me in gold or whatever, and then blah blah blah, and then it's gonna be in Switzerland, and I asked for the money in the Central Bank of Spain in gold, and not move the gold from its place. And I'm rich, by the way, but I don't know if I'm rich or not. Everyone promised me money, but never pay me. It's typical for NETA or whatever organization is that. I don't know if I'm a spy. That's the point of not knowing if I'm a spy. Because if I will know that I'm a spy, people will doesn't believe me. I have joke around being a spy all the time, and people never take attention to that. I know how to kill with a gun, but I don't know how to use small guns. I only use hunting guns. He teach me how to use hunting guns, and he appears in the pictures of my of my book. He appeared before asking for checking it was Pablo or whatever name is that, and he didn't was that, and real name of me is probably Joseph or Johnson or I don't know. By the way, it's not cover with A, it's cupboard. And you want to call like that? I don't know if it's my real name. My probably the name he has here is not the real name. And I'm not Brian or whatever is that name. And I don't know what to say. 16 minutes is ridiculous. He's probably wanna watch this. And he probably won't watch it because the police won't give him this video or the 100 videos I have on my Instagram. I have videos in my previous blog. People ask me to delete them, and basically I delete them, and it has to do with ETA, not with me, because I talk about other stuff that was the tregua and all the things. I have been behind all the communicados of ETA, of saying peace, and I don't believe Al Qaeda is harder than ETA. It's actually easier because they don't think they're too much on drugs. ETA is on cocaine, and Al Qaeda is on heroin and cannabis, and this is why they don't think. And ETA thinks too much and is over exaggerated. Probably ETA controls all the cocaine in Spain. This is why there's so many cocaine, and this is why cocaine pays the guns and everything. And I do believe that if people know the truth, they won't consume, but no one knows the truth. And the way it's taken is by calling or having a radio or having something and saying the words again, and in TV have cocaine is everywhere. And I do believe that cocaine was produced in America and came here. The previous drugs of the continent was allogenic mushrooms, and this is why the conversation was different, because the talking of the cantar and all the prosa or the writing stuff is for consuming drugs, and I'm saying that because everyone believes and everyone talks about books when they want drugs, and this book is not about drugs. It's actually about freedom, and it's about philosophy. I don't consume drugs. I used to smoke and I used to drink. I never drink a lot. I never smoke a lot because I never consume cocaine. And the truth is that my brother, who is a peculiar guy who consumes drugs, and he believes he will get rich and he will have lots of women like all the people believe in this world, because they assume that for movies and for all the bullshit in the TV, that drugs equal women and freedom and having the control of your life, when it's opposite the opposite. You don't have your control of your life. And one, this is the final testament for the tregua of alta. I don't know if it's the real one, but what I think is that people will have to consider double nationality, triple nationality, or whatever is that concept, which is writing in the passport or in the nationality book, which is I find I don't write a thing for having a digital thing and writing your nationality you want to have. Maybe you want to be Asturian, Basque, and Spanish, or Italian, Basque, and Greece, or whatever you want to be. So buy. And there's place, I'm sure. The, the thing is quite big, and I don't need to have my address in the passport, and I can't change it digitally. It's a picture of a thing with lines, and it can write a number, and it can be read, and it appears the picture when you saw it in the passport ID, and you can prove it's a real one, and you cannot fake it. So bye.